Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be doing a makeup look using two new very affordable makeup products. The first one being the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and this is in the shade Golden Beige. And so this was actually the darker shade that they had at Clicks, so I'm just hoping that it does work. I swatched it and it looked okay-ish, but I'm hoping it does work. It says goodbye to photo flashback, helps eliminate white particle reflection. It's been tested under 7 lighting conditions with top smartphone models and with and without flash. So this was cheap. I think it was 80 rand. And then the next thing is I got another Freedom eyeshadow palette. I really love these eyeshadow palettes. From the one that I do have, I use this almost every single day and I really love that one. So I decided to get this really bright one, and this has the 12 shades, and the palette is called Chasing Rainbows, and as you can see it's 89.99, and this is from Jet. So if you would like to see all these products work, then please keep on watching. So first I'm going to prime my face, and I'm using the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, and I'm just going to take just a little bit of that onto my finger and then just prime my face. So now that this is done, I'm quickly going to color correct before we go over to the foundation. Okay, so now that I've color corrected, I'm going to try the foundation. So just opening it, it's old school. It comes with a little spatula thingy, spatula applicator. It has a smell almost like paint. I don't know how the color is going to work, so let's just dot it around and see. Okay, so that seems okay. I'm just taking my Real Technique sponge and I'm going to blend it out. Let's just see how this blends. So I decided to buy this because I really like the concealers. So I thought that I could try this as well. Whoa, this is way too light. This is way too light. And this was like the darker shade that they had. So this foundation is pretty light, so if you're really fair, then it will work for you. So anyway, I'm sticking with the theme of Wet n Wild. This also dries really quickly, so it dries really fast as well. I am going to be concealing the Photo Focus concealer, and this is in the shade Medium Tawny. So I'm hoping the concealer helps a little bit. So as I was saying, this foundation dries pretty quickly, and it's quite thick. It is quite thick. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just putting it where I need it. Blending sponge, I'm just going to blend out that concealer. So now to set my foundation and the concealer, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder, and this is in the shade Golden Tan. So I wish they actually had a golden tan foundation color, but I guess we aren't all that lucky. So I'm just setting with my Real Techniques knockoff brush. now I'm just going to quickly put my eyebrows on. So I'm just taking this brow spoolie thing, and I'm just combing through my eyebrows because a lot of the foundation gets into my eyebrows, and as it is, I've got very light eyebrows, and that just makes it disappear and look like nothing. So to fill in my brows, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Kit, and this is the darker, I think it's the darkest shade. I first go in with the lighter brown shade, and I just roughly fill them in just to get the shape. I like working with powder because it gives your eyebrows more of a natural look. It doesn't look drawn on or, you know, like super defined. Okay, so now that I've done my eyebrows, we're going to move on to eyes. So as I mentioned, for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this Freedom Makeup palette, and it's the Pro 12 Chasing Rainbows palette. And I'm not too sure what I'm doing yet, so we'll see how that goes. But as you can see, there were no transition colors in that palette. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this Freedom palette, which is the Pro 12 Stunning Smokes, and I'm going to be using these for my transition shades. Okay, so first I'm going to actually prime my eyelids, and I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Medium. Get that onto my eye, and then I'm going to blend that out with the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. So to just set that concealer into place, I'm taking the lighter shade from the Stunning Smokes Freedom palette with my knockoff Real Techniques brush from Miniso, and I'm just going to be setting that concealer into place. Okay, so now I'm just going in with this shade right here, and I'm going to be using that as the transition shade for the brighter eyeshadow colors. And actually now, while I've picked this up, I just hit pan. And in case you're wondering what hit pan means, if you can see here how that little piece of silver is showing, that means my eyeshadow is almost going. So okay, I'm just going to build up that intensity of that shade into my crease, and then just smoking it out as I go. Then next, what you also want to do is take that same shade and then just run it along the lower lash line as well. Okay, so now that I've got that shade down, that's our first transition color. I just want to darken it up ever so slightly. So I don't want to change palettes, and this brown shade is quite dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap my brush into it very lightly and very lightly darken that crease up, because as I said, I don't want it too dark. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that brown shade onto this brush, onto the same brush, and just blow off the excess, and then just slowly and very lightly build up that crease. And it's just to intensify it just a little bit. And then I'm going to take that same brown, repeat the same process, and do the lower lash line as well. is I'll be using the shade right here. It's a sparkly sort of ivory shade from that Freedom palette, and I'm going to be using that as the brow bone highlighter. I'm going to take the fluffy blending brush and just blend the crease shade into that brown shade, so it's a bit more seamless. I've decided to use this Lumo yellow color from the palette. It's sort of like a highlighter yellow, so that's what I'm going to be using on my eyelids. But I want the shadow to be quite intense, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to be just cleaning up the eyelid portion with some concealer. The concealer is done. I'm going to take this shade right here and I'm going to be placing that onto my eyelid. So I think for better payoff, I'm going to be using my finger. Let's go. Ooh, that's pretty nice. So I got that yellow shade on. This is one of the shades that actually work better with the brush. So you have to really build this up because it starts off pretty sheer and then you have to put on a few layers. There is a little bit of fallout as you would expect, but for the overall consistency it is a bit patchy here and there, but it's nothing that you can't fix or that can't be fixed. So okay, moving on, I'm going to be doing eyeliner and I'm going to be using the Inglot gel liner in the shade 77. Eyeliner done. It took a minute, but so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking my NYX glitter primer as well as my NYX holographic glitter, and I'm going to attempt to place this ever so slightly onto my inner corners. I don't know how this is going to work, so let's just wait and see. But I'm just going to sort of like try and tilt my head back and like dust it onto my eye. Okay, so I've placed the glitter in. It's okay, I guess. I mean, maybe I should have left it out. I don't know, but it's there now. So moving on, I'm going to take the Jean-Michel Basquiat eyeliner, and this is in the shade Post Punk, and it's actually literally the same shade as the eyeshadow, and I'm just going to quickly line my eyes with this. My eyes with that orange that green eyeliner, and I'm going back in with the Inglot gel liner just to line the bottom lash line as well. Now thinking about it, maybe I should have left my eyes just the way they were at the beginning with just top liner on, because now I look a bit crazy. So there's nothing I can do. So let's just embrace it, and I'm going back in with the first Freedom palette, and I'm taking that black shade again, and I'm going to smoke out that lower lash line. Okay guys, so I've put my eyelashes on. I've also coated my lower lash line with some mascara as well. So for lips, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Bare It All. It's a nude shade and I thought it will go pretty well with this look. And lastly, just to finish off the look, I'm going to add some highlighter, and I'm obviously going to be using the Wet n Wild highlighters in the shade Precious Petals and Crown of My Canopy. I'm starting with this one first. Then I'm going in with Precious Petals just on top of that. About the foundation, after I put the rest of my face on, it didn't seem too bad. It seems to work okay-ish, but light. So I mean, I can always make it a little bit darker with contour or just a darker foundation, but overall it's not too bad, but it's not the right shade. But it does sort of enhance your blemishes, I would say. It is quite thick, so okay guys, so there you have it. This turned out to be an all Wet n Wild product makeup look, featuring the Freedom eyeshadow palette. After I put my eyelashes on, I actually didn't mind the eyeshadow so much. I also think that the lipstick goes pretty well with the look, because you don't want bright loud lipstick with bright loud eyes. So I really like the way it came out. My hair is another story, but I really like the way this look turned out, and if you do too, then please like and subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos. So until the next one guys, thank you for watching.